Hello and welcome to another episode of Killernet Reviews. Sorry for the lack of content. Injured my back a few days ago, so it's been kind of painful. But I did manage to go ahead and finish up this book. This is called Noor Crystal Tears by Alan Dean Foster. If you remember Escape from Prison, this is actually probably in the same world, same universe, or same storyline. This is actually the first book in the series, even though Escape from Prison basically doesn't really mention this. It's like a bunch of things that are just in the same universe. I actually did love this book a lot. Not as much as Escape from Prison, but this is entertaining and it's very different. First of all, the cover is actually pretty effective, and what I didn't actually notice until later. This guy right here, Noor, he actually received a star for some bravery, which is like given to them if they do something brave and save lives, like a badge of honor, and it's put on him permanently. And I love the fact that they put the star on here, and the fact that the species look like a bunch of praying mantises. Overall, the cover is very effective. Back's boring, but I think that's what kind of like drew me in. It's like, okay, this is going to be interesting. And what I didn't really expect is the entire book is from, basically like 99% of the book is from this guy's perspective. There was a couple of other perspectives from a couple other characters. But Alan Dean Foster did a fantastic job in basically creating a whole new alien civilization from birth to basically what they do when they get older. Like, the first chapter is all about this guy being in larva form and how he's basically like a little bit different from the others. Well, everyone's kind of like, well, it's not really a hive mind. They all have duties. It's like rarely any crime. And a lot of people are basically trusting, and there's like another species that kind of invades, like more like raiders. They're kind of a threat. So, yeah, and basically he hears rumors of like this new alien species discovered, which is humans, and he kind of wants to go in and see what's going on with that. So a good chunk of the book is just him trying to figure out how to get from like his little small hive to like these humongous cities. He meets like an old poet, and they basically travel together. And yeah, it's there's also a lot of discussion, like basically when they meet, it's like, can they trust each other? Because to them, humans are horrifying. They're not used to like skin, bones on the inside, hair on the head. It's quite interesting. It's something that I haven't really seen before, even though it's like probably tons of books about it. But I absolutely love Alan Dean Foster's perspective from an alien point of view, because basically it's like when I ever play an RPG, I never want to be human, because humans are boring. I always like to see it from like another race's perspective, and this is what it is. Do I have any problems with it? Near like the last third, it does kind of slow down a bit. It kind of goes on a little bit too long. But that's basically my only nitpick for this book. Besides that, the rest of this book I highly enjoyed. And it's not really that long of a book. It's about 230 pages long, which is pretty short. So, which means he doesn't put a lot of fluff into it, which is good, because I know I've read a 700-page book where 400 pages were great and 300 pages were basically two characters saying how much they miss each other, and that's basically almost half the book. But this one doesn't have like any filler in it. Every single chapter is just as important as the previous one. And what would I give this book? 9.5. one of the better ratings I've given. Like I said, not as good as Escape from Prison, which I gave a perfect 10, if I can remember correctly. But I highly recommend this. I actually might check out the rest of his series too. I gotta see which ones I have of his, so I can make sure I don't have any doubles. I already did that with a couple of books. But until next time, this is Killer Ant.